talk about this past weekend. What does 900 wins mean to you?
Well, the old cliche is I'm more worried about 901, 2, and 3, which we got this weekend, and now it becomes 4, and that's kind of the case. I think it's a case of time going by, and as I've often said, okay, if you won 900 games, but how many have you lost? What's your winning percentage? How many years did it take you to get there? And but I think the fact that I've been blessed enough to be a coach that long, to compile that many victories, what I reflect on is the relationships, the players, the coaching staffs from beginning to now this, and my colleagues that have moved on to other places and now are have their own careers going, and we all grew and learned together. And I think I've changed over the years from victory 1 to victory 903. That some of the priorities in my life are a little bit different, and it is more about relationships. And I saw that burning desire to win a championship in the Pac-12 and go to the College World Series. And but I think the manner with which I'm going through that is a little bit different. And we were just talking in there in the Oregon Club about my granddaughters being cheerleaders, and my kids spend a lot of time at the ballpark. And I was so consumed with winning and losing in the early days that I don't know if I'd still be a coach if it wasn't for my girls. That the balance and levity that they brought to a hard day at the office, so to speak, and they didn't care if we won or lost. They just wanted to play and be around Daddy, And so I owe it a lot to them that I got to coach and win my 900th game, because I'm still enjoying this just as much as the first day I ever did it.
Dana just won his 500th. I know you get a little bit of interaction with him in events like this. Did you guys ever talk about that? Just the fact that you guys both got a big milestone win in the same week?
I didn't. He came in after the program started, and I have great respect for Dana. I wrote a couple notes of some of the things he shared with the group in here about cliches that he uses with his guys. The same guy, Pat Kilkenny, hired Dana and has hired me, and we have spent some time socially together. And I think the world of him, like Pat does, and like our entire university and community does. He's a great teacher, a great person, and if I can be in the same sentence as Dana Altman, I think it's a good day for George Horton.
Specifically, with 2 weeks into the season, 2 weekends into the season, what have you learned about this group so far, just 7 games in?
Personality-wise, I like this group. They like each other. They've got that great balance and competitive nastiness, but behaviorally pretty good within the team concept. It looks like we have some guys that want to be at the front of the chorus line, as I like to say, with the microphone, and that's always a good thing to have, as they want to be in the batter's box. I like that we've lost Ryan Healy, and that's a big hole, and JJ and Brett Thomas and guys like that. But I like the first 6 or 7 guys in our order look like tough outs, and the pitching depth looks like it's been good. The characteristic of winning the 7th, 8th, and 9th has been spectacular, and a tribute to their character is that winning the guys coming off the bench has just been like I've never seen before, the excellence there. And that means that they're handling their role effectively, because you got to be ready instead of pouting all day, I should be starting, because nobody in a Division I program like ours is used to sitting the bench. But being ready when Coach Waz calls them off the bench, or Coach Horton to come in to pitch, is a tribute to their personalities. So I like them. I like the group.
Along those lines, with getting some big pinch hits from Carabiotis, Balt has done really well. Graybeck's done really well. You've had a lot of contributions in the field from a lot of your freshmen. How pleased are you with that group so far this early on?
Yeah, and quite honestly, we played crummy defense in Hawaii, and it was wet, and we'd been a snowstorm hit, and we were inside, and there may be some reasons for that, but we didn't like the way we played defense, and that's a recipe for disaster. You can't be a good baseball team and not catch the ball, and so we played better this weekend on a real field, which Hawaii was turf, and we play on turf, and so we dug into it right away, and that's gotten better, and hopefully that will continue to get better. That's been one of our strengths and will always be one of our strengths. But just tremendous contributions by youngsters, that are doing things they shouldn't be doing. Maybe they're not naive enough to know that they shouldn't be doing these things, but I sure like the way they're going about their business.
Matt Crook was obviously a first-round guy, so people knew he was going to be good. Knew he had the stuff. But what maybe surprised you, or what impressed you most about him through his first 2 starts?
His composure. He pitches like he's a junior or senior in college. Nothing seems to shake him up. He has dug into some of the things that just a guy with a good arm, a young pitcher, might have a problem with in college baseball. The bunting game, holding runners, the system, learning the signs. It's more complex in college than in pro. Everything that we've thrown his way in a challenge aspect, he's handled very, very well, and he just has a calm about him and a confidence level about him. With the unbelievable talent that he has, it's a pretty good mixture. And like I said in there, what a great toy to have. Hopefully he has nothing but health in front of him, and the scouts got it right. He should be a high draft pick.
How about the Sunday spot? With Cole being out for the year, obviously that probably changed what you had in mind going into the season in terms of weekend rotation. 2 weeks into the season, how do you feel about the guys on the back end of that rotation?
Well, the guy is Jordan Spencer. He has not been as consistent as he was in January and in the fall, and we've got too many good bullets to just continue to throw him out there. And so we're gonna analyze that. We're gonna make a decision whether Jordan gets another opportunity for one more week against a very good Cal State Fullerton club. Or that we need to look at maybe possibly Jeff Gold or several other candidates. And that Trent Padden's been good. Stephen Nagasek as a freshman's been awfully good. Porter Clayton has been very good. So there's some guys that are saying maybe we should go in their direction. But I'll get together with my staff and make that decision.
For opening day is always very special every year, as is a home opener. You get that tomorrow. What stands out to you most about home openers, and specifically, do you have one home opener memory that stands out above the rest?
Well, the first pitch that Tyler Anderson threw, and all the efforts from all the people, President Frohnmeimer, Pat Kilkenny, Joe Ginsante, Renee Baumgartner, and the beautiful facility they provided for us. It had temporary stands, but the University of Oregon doctored it up, and gave me chills just seeing the first pitch of that. And and you're right. The opening day is in baseball is a special day. Whether it's in February or it's in April. It's a special day, and it starts a great journey with lots of relationships and lots of trials and tribulations. And in this case, we were saving Jeff Gold, our fifth-year senior with a degree, to get the opportunity to throw the first pitch in 2014, and that'll mean something to me because Jeff had decided to move on and decided to come back after a while, and it was going to either be him or Darryl, our 6-year athlete, and then for all the people that are in the community that have invested a lot of time and effort to become our fans, hopefully it'll be a good enough day that they can come out and persevere through it and enjoy a good baseball game.
I was going to say, I think the last couple of years this home opener has been delayed, and you kind of expect that in February. I think it's supposed to be like 61 degrees tomorrow.
I hope so, knock on wood. And I think one of our home openers, I think St. Mary's in 10 was like 20 degrees. So, and we had all the propane tanks out and all that stuff. And baseball's not supposed to be played in that type of weather, of course. But it's, and the other side of that is it's part of the deal. If our guys are lucky enough to get to the major leagues, you're going to play in November in New York. It's awfully cold. It could be awfully cold that time of year too.
Hard for you not to look ahead to this weekend, given the meaning for you personally?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I being authentic and honest, I could tell you it's just another series, but it's not. I'll tell my team that. I'm not going to tell my team it's just another series. It's not. It's just like them lying to me and saying, "Coach, I'm not nervous," or it's just going to Omaha is just another baseball game. It's not. It means a lot to me. I love Cal State Fullerton. I love everything about Cal State Fullerton. I love Oregon as much as Cal State Fullerton, and that's saying a lot. And it took a lot to take me out of that environment because all the great people there, my investment there as a player and a coach, and all the people, the respect I have for the current baseball team and the coaching staff, and Rick Vanderhook and I have grown up in this industry, and I have great respect for him. And there'll be some people that come up to watch us play that will mean a lot to me, and then there'll be some people listening to the games back home that can't make it up here that mean a lot to me. So, and it's the ultimate challenge because I have, it's like any of the Pac-12 teams or any of the nationally prominent teams. Cal State Fullerton, make no mistake about it, is one of the best baseball programs in the nation, and if we can compete toe-to-toe with them, it's a good measuring stick for us. So even though we're 7-0 and hopefully after tomorrow we could be 8-0 possibly to go into that, we're going to find out if we're any good after next weekend.
Does that, now that you've played them a couple times since you've been here, both here and down there, does that start to lose a little bit of its luster?
Only because in the early days, some of the athletes there were guys I brought into the program. Most all of them have moved on. Now they're the coaches and the assistant coaches and the managers and that type of deal. And so it'll still mean a lot to me, but I don't have the same personal relationship with all of them. There's some bat boys there, like Richie Pedroza. I coached Sergio, his older brother, and Richie was a bat boy for me. And Hudding was a bat boy. I had Chad Wallach, Tim Wallach's son, was a bat boy, and I grew up with him. So there's some of that different generation of younger brothers that I'll still have that relationship. And I would like to think those young men know who I am, that I put my mark on that program, and they have a certain respect level for me, and they're kind of looking across the dugout going, oh, that's that Coach Horton guy, and I've heard about him. So that's why it's really, really special. And beyond the fact that there's excellence, that's an excellent baseball team, and they're very well schooled, and there's no tricks. It'd be like playing a scrimmage with two A groups going head to head. So I'm really looking forward to it.